This is strictly a boxing video, and I want to comment on the Floyd Mayweather fight versus Juan Manuel Marquez. And I want to start off by saying Marquez was not going to win that fight. And I want to say that I watched that fight again just now, of course, while I'm making this video. And I didn't even get past 6 rounds before I saw what Floyd did to Marquez. Floyd was going to win that fight, plain and simple. And from what I've seen, even though Floyd wasn't really offensive like he might have been against, rest in peace, Arturo Gatti, Emmanuel Augustus, and some other fighters, he still was going to win this fight because Marquez did not come forward, plain and simple. Manny Pacquiao is another Ricky Hatton. And Manny Pacquiao, whether you guys believe it or not, is not going to come rushing in throwing punches. He will, but he's not going to come like he did Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, anybody he fights. He's not going to do that. When he beat Hatton, it wasn't because he became a boxer. He just knew what punch to throw. He was trained. They watched video. They saw what Hatton when he's open, and they trained on hitting him. He probably been having the same weak defense that Freddie Roach saw since Hatton started fighting and became big. Okay, so he will beat Pacquiao. I believe that. Knockout, decision, whatever the case, he'll beat Pacquiao. And Pacquiao's been beaten already. Now, he's not like undefeated like Floyd. He will beat Cotto if Floyd happened to beat Pacquiao because Pacquiao has been beaten. And a guy like Cotto can possibly beat Pacquiao. He'll beat Cotto because Cotto doesn't have good enough defense or speed. And his chin is still suspect. I watched him get floored in too many fights, consecutive fights, to say his chin is now strong. Chins don't get strong. If you get floored the way I've seen him get floored in consecutive fights, starting with DeMarcus Corley, then Ricardo Torres, and then, of course, got beaten by Margarito, who possibly cheated, and people are pretty sure he cheated. So Floyd's main goal should be to establish his name again in welterweight. He's going to fight either Cotto or Pacquiao, or probably both. He's going to. Number one, because he knows he's going to beat them. And number two, people will keep screaming and hollering and barking about it. He's Money Mayweather. He's going to make that money and whip that ass really easily. Floyd, after that, needs, if he doesn't holler retirement, to go back into the welterweight division. He couldn't make weight against Marquez. That means his body is truly developed. He's no longer a small man trying to be big. He can fight at 154 now. He can do a James Toney if he really wanted to gain weight. Okay, not heavyweight, but you know what I mean. He can go up if he wants to fight, if he stays in the game long enough. Floyd needs to fight in the welterweight division. I understand Floyd doesn't want to lose to these fighters because Floyd is an established Hall of Famer. And, like Paul Williams made Winky Wright look bad, somebody else can make him look bad. Not because he's not a good fighter, but because somebody's coming up who's fresher, younger, haven't taken that much punishment, which Floyd really haven't, but still, and just outflash Floyd or do something to Floyd. And then everybody say Floyd wasn't never pound to pound the best, which he is. That's how it goes. If you're an older lion, sometimes one young lion who won't even make it successfully in the sport still can beat you. So I understand Floyd trying to make money like a Bernard Hopkins. He'll fight the big fights like Bernard Hopkins. Bernard is not going to fight an up-and-coming fighter like he did Jermaine Taylor anymore. He's going to fight old champions, current champions that he feels he can beat, or somebody who's going to make him so much money that even if he loses, he's happy, even in his loss. So Floyd fought a perfect fight, a good fight. His offense, I agree with a guy named Ashley Knuckles. You can look him up on my friends list. I only have like 12. Ashy Knuckles, he speaks boxing, and The Wire, he speaks boxing. And Ashy Knuckles wasn't really impressed with Floyd's offense, and I understand. I was, as far as him outboxing Marquez for 12 rounds, but I know that Floyd could have knocked him out if Floyd pressed the offense. And in boxing, you can't keep being pretty for 12 rounds. Somebody's going to hit you with a shot. So besides all of the that stuff I just said, Floyd fought a good fight. He needs to stay in welterweight. After he beats after he beats Cotto or Pacquiao or both. And we'll see what he can do in welterweight against, first off, Shane. Or maybe some guys coming up. Williams. But, okay, y'all, I'm out. Peace.